This is my secret that no one will ever know about.
My tummy! My tummy! My tummy! I am dying!
Oh my God, what is this?
Is that chocolate?
Chocolate can't be.
It's moving so fast. Did you see the new woman? Yes, they say she bathes in chocolate. And chocolate flows from her door at night. Impossible, we must see this.
Who was she?
And why is everyone saying she was not human?
She was not human.
In Umuoka village, people whispered instead of speaking loudly. A strange woman had moved in. She never fetched water. She never bathed with water. Every night, thick brown liquid leaked from under her door. They said she bathed with melted chocolate. Anyone who tried to spy on her fell sick or disappeared. So the village asked one fearful question. Who was she?
And
why did everyone say she was not human? In Umuoka village, people did not talk loud about strange things. They whispered. They used small voices, like the air could hear them and report them. It started the week a new woman came to rent a small mud house near the old palm tree path. Nobody knew her family. Nobody knew her hometown. She did not come with a husband. She did not come with children. She came alone with one wooden box and one black bag. From the first day, everyone noticed something. She was too beautiful. Her skin was smooth and glowy, like fresh oil in sunlight. Her eyes were bright and calm, and when she passed, a sweet smell followed her, like cocoa and sugar. It was not the smell of perfume from the market. It was a deep, sweet smell that made people turn their heads without knowing why. By the third night, the whispers changed into fear. "Have you seen her?" one woman asked at the stream. "I saw her fetching no water," another replied. "Then how does she bathe?" A young boy said he heard strange sounds at night, like stirring and pouring. Another woman said she saw brown liquid leaking from under the woman's door, thick and slow like melted chocolate. And the biggest rumor of all was this: every night, the woman bathed with melted chocolate. Anyone who claimed to see her said the same thing with shaking lips.
Who was she?
That woman is not human.
She was not human?
So the question entered every home, every farm, every corner of Umuoka village. Who was she? And why did everyone who spied on her disappear? In the same Umuoka village lived a girl named Adai. Adai was 17 years old, slim, dark-skinned, with curious eyes that could not rest. If a goat jumped a fence, Adai wanted to know why. If a stranger passed the road, Adai wanted to know where the person was going. Her mother always warned her, "Adai, curiosity is like fire. If you hold it too long, it will burn you," her mother would say. But Adai would laugh and say, "Mama, I just like to know things." Adai helped her mother in the morning. She swept the compound. She washed plates. She followed her mother to the stream to fetch water. After that, she would go to the small market corner to buy pepper or salt. That was her daily life. Simple village life with small worries and small joys. But the new woman did not allow life to stay simple. Every day, Adai heard new stories. "Her feet do not touch the ground," a woman said. No, I saw her footprints, but they were strange, like a bird's feet." A group of men claimed they saw her buying only two things in the market: cocoa powder and sugar. She did not buy soap. She did not buy sponge. She did not buy water pots. She did not buy anything that showed she lived like a normal human being. At night, people noticed something again. The woman always locked her door before the moon rose. She did it early, as if she feared the night, but at the same time, the night looked like it belonged to her. Brown liquid would sometimes creep out from under her door. It did not spread far. It would dry up before morning, leaving a dark stain on the ground. Nobody wanted to talk to her. Nobody wanted to greet her too close. But Adai wanted to see with her own eyes. One evening, while Adai was returning from the stream, she saw the woman for the first time up close. The woman stood by her doorway holding a small cup. Her hair was long and dark, tied back neatly. Her wrapper was simple, but she wore it like a queen. When she turned and saw Adai, she did not frown or look angry. Instead, she smiled. "Good evening," the woman said. Her voice was soft, sweet, calm. Adai's throat became dry. She still managed to answer, "Good evening, ma." The woman looked at Adai's water pot and then at her face. "You are Adai," she said, as if she already knew her name. Adai blinked. "Yes, ma." The woman's eyes were kind. "You work hard," she said. "You help your mother." Adai felt a small cold fear in her chest. How did this woman know me? But the woman did not look like someone who wanted to harm her. Her smile looked real. "My name is Chiamaka," the woman said. "If you ever need anything, you can come." Then she stepped inside and closed her door. That night, Adai could not sleep well. Her mind kept turning. If Chiamaka was evil, why was she kind? If Chiamaka was not human, why did she speak like a human? The next day, something happened that made the whole village scream. A young man named Uche stole Chiamaka's bathing bowl. Uche was known to be a stubborn, proud man. He always thought he was smarter than others. When people warned him, he laughed. "I will prove it," Uche said. "I will show you all that she is just a normal woman doing nonsense to make people fear her." That night, Uche hid near Chiamaka's house. When the moon climbed high, he saw her carry a large bowl into the room. He heard stirring sounds again. Then a sweet smell filled the air, thicker than before. Uche waited. When the sound stopped, he moved fast like a thief. He entered the small backside of the house where the window was weak. He reached in and pulled out the bowl. The bowl was warm. Inside was brown liquid, thick, smooth, and shining. "Melted chocolate," Uche whispered, smiling. He ran away with it. In the morning, he brought the bowl to the village square to show everyone. "See," he shouted, "it is chocolate, ordinary chocolate." People gathered but stood far. Nobody wanted to touch it. The smell was too sweet, too heavy, like it was alive. Then something happened. Uche started to cough. At first, it was small coughs. Then it became deep coughs, like something was tearing his chest. His eyes turned red. His face became pale. He held his stomach and screamed, "My belly!" He fell down and rolled on the sand. Brown foam came out of his mouth. People shouted and stepped back. Some women started crying. Within minutes, Uche's whole body shook like a dry leaf in wind. His skin became hot. His lips turned dark. He tried to stand but could not. And then Uche stopped moving. Silence covered the village like heavy cloth. A man whispered, "She is not human." That day, nobody doubted the rumor again. But Adai's heart was not only full of fear, but also of confusion. Because later that same day, Chiamaka came out of her house and walked straight to Adai's compound. Adai's mother almost fainted. Chiamaka greeted politely and held out a small bag of food, rice, beans, and dry fish. "I saw you yesterday," Chiamaka said softly. "You looked tired. Please take this." Adai's mother refused with shaking hands. "No, ma, God forbid." But Adai stepped forward. She did not know why. Maybe it was her curiosity. Maybe it was the kindness in the woman's eyes. Adai collected the food. "Thank you," she said. Chiamaka smiled at her, and for the first time, Adai saw sadness behind the beauty. People fear what they don't understand, Chiamaka said. But you have a brave heart. Then she left. From that day, Adai felt pulled towards Chiamaka like a rope. Against her mother's warning, Adai started visiting Chiamaka in the evenings, always before night came. She would carry small things like plantain or groundnuts just to greet. Chiamaka always welcomed her. Inside the house, everything was neat and clean, but there was one strange thing. There was no water pot, no bathing sponge, no soap. Only cocoa powder, sugar, and many small bottles filled with dark brown liquid. Adai tried not to ask questions, but one evening she could not hold it anymore. Chiamaka, Adai whispered, why do you not fetch water like others? Chiamaka's smile disappeared slowly. She looked at Adai's face for a long time. Then she said, because water is my enemy. Adai felt cold. Enemy? Chiamaka stood up and walked to a small wooden shelf. She brought out a small mirror covered with cloth. Her hand shook as she held it. This is my secret, she said, and if you know it, your life will not be the same. Adai swallowed. I will not tell anybody. Chiamaka removed the cloth from the mirror and turned it towards Adai. Adai gasped. In the mirror, Chiamaka's face was not fully human. Her skin looked like it was cracking. Her eyes looked too dark, too deep. Something like brown scales moved under her skin, like cocoa mixed with ash. Adai stepped back. Jesus! Chiamaka quickly covered the mirror again. Tears filled her eyes. I am under a curse, Chiamaka said. Long ago, in my mother's village, people wanted to use me for money ritual. I ran away. I prayed. I cried. But the spirit of cocoa followed me. Adai's voice shook. Spirit of cocoa? Chiamaka nodded slowly. Yes, it entered my body. It changed me. It marked me. She touched her chest. Chocolate hides my real form. It keeps me looking human. But if water touches me, her voice broke. Water will expose everything. Adai's heart was beating like a drum. She wanted to run, but she also felt pity. So you are kind, but you are also dangerous? Chiamaka looked down. I do not want to hurt anyone, but if people force my secret, the spirit will fight back. Adai remembered Oche, dead on the ground. Now she understood. But secrets do not stay hidden in villages. Someone saw Adai entering Chiamaka's house. Someone followed her one day. Soon, the village elders called a meeting. This woman is killing our people, one elder shouted. We must drive her away. Some women cried, yes, she is a witch. Adai tried to speak, but nobody listened. That night, they planned it. Before dawn, a group of angry men carried buckets of water. They surrounded Chiamaka's house like hunters. Adai heard the noise and ran barefoot through the sand. Stop! Stop! Please! But the men were too angry. They banged the door. Come out, witch! Chiamaka opened the door slowly, fear on her face. What have I done? She asked. They did not answer. They poured the first bucket of water on her head. Chiamaka screamed. Her skin began to crack like dry ground. The sweet smell turned bitter. Brown liquid poured from her body like melted chocolate mixed with smoke. The villagers stepped back in horror. They poured more water. Die! Someone shouted. Chiamaka's eyes turned black. Her mouth opened and a sound came out, half human, half something else. Her skin broke open in lines, showing dark shining scales. Her fingers stretched. Her hair rose like a shadow. Adai cried, Chiamaka! But it was too late. A strong wind rushed through the village. The palm trees bent. Sand entered people's eyes. Chickens scattered. And then, just like that, Chiamaka vanished. Only a dark stain remained on the ground, thick and brown like chocolate. The village stood in silence, breathing hard. Someone whispered, "She is gone forever." Adai fell to her knees and cried. Days passed and the village returned to normal, but the fear remained, and Adai never forgot the sadness in Chiamaka's eyes, because Adai learned something that day. A person can be strange and still be kind. A person can be cursed and still have a good heart. And sometimes the real monster is not the one with the secret. The moral lesson is this: kindness can live inside monsters.